Hey, it's Brian from the Cell. We're hosting a series of short video chats with some industry leaders to talk about different perspectives and trends in headless commerce. Today, I'm talking to Devin Saxon, our senior sales engineer here at Nacelle. Devin is an expert on the thought process of technical buyers who are considering a headless solution. He has unique insight into the questions they're asking and the solutions they need. So, for these e commerce brands that are really deeply bound to the monolithic stack, you know, if they express interest in wanting to move to microservice to get the advantages of a microservice stack, in the realm of headless commerce, what is the best way to do this? Like, what's your recommendation? How should merchants be thinking about a move like this?
The first thing that I tell merchants is to not try to do everything at once. We have a saying here is that try not to do the heart and lung transplant all at once, which is essentially what you would be doing if you wanted to migrate your PIM information to a new PIM or change to a new content management system or switch to a new entire framework while also including an abstraction layer. It's just a lot. It's a lot to do and a long sort of recovery process to really get on track. So what I really like to recommend is just to keep those systems that are really great at what they do. If you have a PIM service that is also acting as a CMS, but is a really good PIM service, continue to use that as your PIM and OMS. Now you can just focus on your front end, your PWA, and tying that in with your new content management system, which is the IP that you really should be focusing on as a business, that storefront, that experience for your customer. So that's what I usually tell customers to lead with. And then if it gets to that point where they are thinking about migrating off of that particular PIM that they're on, and they also have that Nacelle abstraction layer within the middle, it makes it really easy because you're not having to worry about setting up those APIs to your front end because you're just going to be ingesting it through that abstraction layer that's going to be communicating with that front end that you already have set up.
Right. And so I guess what you're implying then, Devin, is I don't have to do some big back-end data migration into a completely different e-commerce platform in
Mm-hmm.
order to achieve these results.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's funny enough, that's one question that I get a lot. Merchants are always like, okay, what do I have to migrate? Like, what are you taking away from me, essentially? And we don't really want to go in with that mindset. It's like, of course, it's just a big project because you're redesigning your site. But we're not trying to just rattle your world all the way completely. We want it to be a slow process to really enable you to have a scalable and high velocity business.